In this video, we are going to install TFrameX with Ollama. TFrameX is a Python library that has been developed by Teslat that enables developers to build sophisticated applications using multiple collaborative AI agents powered by LLMs. This is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to the channel. So what we are going to do in this video, first we are going to install TFrameX and then we are going to integrate it with local models run by Ollama. Ollama is one of the easiest tools to run large language models locally in quantized format. Before I start the installation, let's talk a bit more about this TFrameX. This tool allows you to create specialized agents with unique roles, tool sets, and memory stores that can work together through complex workflows and interaction patterns like debates, parallel processing, and hierarchical task delegation. The library's key innovation seems to be that it has got something called as agent as tool paradigm, where supervisor agents can call specialist agents as tools, enabling advanced task decomposition and orchestration. And by the way, an AI agent is simply a software program that uses AI to autonomously perform tasks, make decisions, and interact with tools or other agents to achieve specific goals, much like a digital assistant that can reason, plan, and execute complex workflows. So let's get it installed and we will see how it works. First step you need to do is to make sure that Ollama is installed and any model of your choice which supports tool use is installed and running. Installing Ollama is very simple. Just go to ollama.com, click on download. For Linux, just run this command. For Mac and Windows, download exe and your Ollama should be up and running. For models, just click on models at the top, click on tools, and then get any model out of these, because these are the models which support the tool or function calling. I already have Ollama running. I am running this Ubuntu system and I have one GPU card, NVIDIA RTX A6000 with 48 GB of VRAM. For Ollama, I am using this Qwen 3 model, and if you want to download any model, just go to ollama.com, click on Qwen 3, and just like I have run this command already, Ollama run Qwen 3, and my Ollama is running on my local system. It is being served. So you can simply go and do something like Qwen 3. And this is going to load the Ollama onto your local system. Okay, so that is all done. And now let's install this TFrameX. First, let me create a virtual environment. And by the way, if you're also looking to rent a GPU or VM on very good prices, you can find the link to Massed Compute in video's description with a discount coupon code of 50% for a range of GPUs. So please do check them out. Okay, so let's go back. And that is all done. Let's install the TFrameX with simple pip command, and I am also installing that AI HTTP because I will be using it in one of the examples later on. Okay, so all done. Let's now create an environment variable file because we'll be putting in our Ollama configuration in that environment file. You can, by the way, also use OpenAI's model if you like, but that is a paid option, so I'm not going to go with that. All I'm going to do, I'm just going to specify my local Ollama configuration, something like this, where this is where my endpoint of local Ollama is at default port of 11434, and this is an OpenAI compatible endpoint. Don't need to specify any key, just put Ollama or whatever here, and the model which we already have running and downloaded is Qwen 3. Let me save it. Let's exit from here, and that's pretty much it, by the way, in order to get everything installed and configured. So let's first run the first example. Now I'll show you the basic example first. This is where we are creating this TFrameX agent and instantiating it, and then we are simply asking it to do a greeting. That's pretty much it. This is just a boilerplate code to show you how exactly this works. Let me make it a bit bigger, by the way. Maybe I think I'll just go view appearance, and maybe I'll just zoom in a bit. Okay, much better. So you see, I'm importing these libraries. I'm loading that environment file which we have just created. This is where we are putting it in, and then we are instantiating this TFrameX agent. This is where it is being asked to do this thing, where system prompt is that you're a cheerful assistant, and this is where the actual agent is being run by getting some context around it. So that's pretty much it, and this is the main entry point and the driving function. So let's go back and let me run this basic function. And now let me run this. As soon as I run it, you can see that it has started instantiating it. It is running locally, so we are not really worried about any sort of API cost or throttling. So you see, it has started it. It is creating those flows, and these are one of the primary core building blocks of this framework, and I will talk about it in a bit. But you can see that it has assumed that system prompt, and then it has given us the greeting here. And you can see that these are all the flows, and there are some emojis too. Okay, but this is a basic example, right? So it's not really doing anything meaningful. Let me take you back to our VS Code. Now let me show you a very simple example again as how to use a tool. Think of tool as a function or any function call. So for example, let's suppose you have your legacy application which gets exposed through some API endpoint or anything like that. User will come in, it will give a natural language prompt, and this agentic software with the help of LLM will convert that into a function call, and then from there the agents will be called and agent will select the appropriate tool accordingly. That is what this agentic framework is all about. More or less all of them are now similar. I would arguably you can say that. So if you look at this code, it is similar to the previous one where we are importing the libraries, we are setting our model, we are instantiating this TFrameX, and then this is a function where it is just adding two numbers with the help of the tool, and the tool is just this to add numbers. That's about it, nothing fancy. And if you look here, this is a add number function where it has been converted into the function has been converted into a tool with this decorator. Okay, so let's go back and run this, and I'm just going to run this tool. It has instantiated it and it has executed that tool, as you can see here, and then the agent's response is here where it has given us the sum or result of this tool. Now before I show you another example where I will be using an actual external tool with the API call, let's talk a bit more about the core concept of this flows, because I think it is imperative to learn these concepts in a simple way very quickly before I move on to the next hands-on in order to understand this tool. So remember that this TFrameX is designed to orchestrate complex agent interaction using its powerful flow system, which controls the sequence and logic of operations. So if you look at the code, and I'll actually show you this code which I have just written myself after just checking their stuff. So we're importing the libraries, setting all the models and stuff, and then we are defining this simple code which is getting some user info, user post, and few other things which I will mention shortly. But the core thing, if you just come down here, is around the flow where it is defining everything. This is what I'm talking about. Within a flow, we are defining a reusable collaboration structure called as patterns, maybe sequential pattern, router pattern, or that sort of stuff. These patterns can be nested inside one another. For example, a parallel pattern may contain several sequential patterns that enables hierarchical task breakdown. And if you remember, I mentioned at the start that it also supports agent as a tool where LLM agents can directly call other registered agents. But I think the most important thing is around this flow, which I just showed you. So now let me talk a bit more about this example, which we are going to do. So what this example is trying to do, this example is creating a TFrameX agent that can interact with real-world web services by defining 3 external API tools. First is this get user info and get user post just down below, as you can see here. Now these ones fetch data from free JSON placeholder API for testing, and it just calls this endpoint just to obtain that information. And then below I have defined another one, which is a get random code. You can see all we are doing, we're defining a function, we are putting a decorator on top of it to convert that function in a tool. And this get random code simply retrieves inspirational codes from codetable.io, and the code creates a data assistant agent that has access to these tools and can intelligently choose which API to call based on users' natural language prompt. And then it also wraps this agent in a flow called as data assistant flow, and that is primarily following TFrameX flow-based architecture, as you can see here. That is all I'm doing. Okay, so now you know understand what exactly this code is doing. Let me clear the screen and then let's run this. I just called it sorry, I'll just go back, and this is jtool.py. Let me run this. So it is very quick. I'll just go up to show you. So you see it is calling the agent is now starting, and then it is calling different tools. So it is doing different stuff here, and this is where you see that it is ascertaining that it has access to these tools, and it is going to access these tools. And then it is spewing out all of this information around user 2. These are the posts by user 2, and then it is getting the inspirational code. So it is just doing different examples in terms of showing you as how you can call multiple tools at the same time from one agent or maybe different agents, and then orchestrate them quite easily. So pretty good tool, I would say, especially when we can use it with local models. That seems pretty cool. Let me know what do you think. I will drop the link to it in video's description. Before I let you go, let me also introduce you to the sponsors of the video, who are Metrics. Metrics lets you create a realistic world simulator where you can run repeated simulations as A/B tests for your marketing captions. That allows marketers to test different angles and strategies, and you will find their link in video's description. Please like the video, share it, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much.